Hello everybody, Calamity here, and today we have yet another replay from a silver support. They, in their title, they're saying, please be brutal. So if I say anything that comes off as like, whoa, Dana seems really harsh on this person, they asked for it, okay? They asked for it. Obviously, I'm not going to be like overly harsh. There's no reason for that, but I will point out some mistakes. And give you flack for it if I see them. But you say, hi, I'm a support main that has been seriously struggling since the Season 1 reset. The highest I've ever been is Plat. I used to reliably play somewhere in Gold ever since the rank reset for Season 1. I'm struggling to get value out of my familiar heroes, Kiriko, Moira, Juno, and I've been trying to find success with Mizuki. Regardless of approach, I am now having serious trouble getting consistent value and getting completely stuck in silver. I won't say much more because I don't want to make excuses. I would just like to ask for help identifying why I am getting trounced so bad lately. Whatever the reasons, I have been trying to swap more lately to better serve team comp or when I'm not finding success. So these each have these each have three heroes used. Sorry, that's a weird sentence. Today I had 3 demoralizing losses in a row, so I'm just posting codes for all 3 and hope someone is willing to help out. Okay, so I'm gonna pick your last game here, which was Dorado. The very last one, because I don't like Havana and I don't like Junkertown, to be honest. But the first thing I will point out already is that why the heck is there 2 people in your Reddit post that just commented like a dot? Like just a period, and then a person replied to that period with another period. Like, what's going on in your comments? Weird. You didn't get any genuine help or advice, so I figured I'll help you out. The second thing that I'd like to point out already is your hero pool is way too big. You said Kiriko, Moira, Juno, yet in the heroes played on your 3 replays, I'm seeing Mizuki, Zenyatta, as well. That's like what, 5 heroes? I can't count. That's 5 too many. All right. I'm going to have to ask you to narrow down your choices to 2 or 3. You can keep the Kiriko, Moro, and Juno if you want, but when I just need you to narrow down your hero pool. Now, I'm not saying either that like, oh, you have to commit to these heroes and only these heroes for the rest of your support career life. Not saying that either. Feel free to rotate them out, but I want you to heavily focus on just playing 2 to 3 heroes. Now, who those 2 to 3 heroes are, up to you. It can be any of the ones you're playing right now, but don't spread yourself out too much because it's a lot of different heroes, a lot of different matchups. Think of it like a fighting game, right? When you're playing a fighting game, after you find like the character, the 1 or 2 characters you're gonna main, people are gonna tell you, hey, focus on those characters. Don't go around playing other people, in your ranked matches. It's too much. Same case here. But with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead. I have your replay code here on Dorado. We're going to go ahead and take a look. And you said to be brutal. So here we are. If I do see mistakes, I will point them out to you. But I won't be overly harsh. Don't worry. I'm not that kind of coach or that kind of analyst. At least I don't think I am. Okay. Nice mythic weapon on the Juno.
Ready for battle.
I've been having this internal debate with myself of whether I want Juno's mythic weapon or Kiriko's, and I ended up deciding on Kiriko's. I like Kiriko's color more. Anyways, starting off on defense on Dorado. First of all, let's talk about Juno before we even begin here. I don't know why you're shooting the wall, by the way. So Juno is a jack of all trades because she can do anything fairly well. But is she like the best at one thing? Not necessarily. Like she has good heals, she has good damage, but other support heroes have better damage. Heals you can debate about. She has decent mobility, right? But not as good as like Lucio, for example. The speed ring is nice. She has good verticality, as well. And just overall, just a really good kit that's good in many situations. She can back up dive heroes. She can back up brawl heroes. She can stay in the back. She can dive herself, although it's a little bit harder with the speed nerf this season, but she's still very capable of going on off angles and annoying the enemy. You might not get that many kills depending on how you aim and like the comp you're going against, but still, he's like a very good at everything, but not like a master of everything kind of hero. So you can do a lot of things with Juno basically, and that's why she's such a fun character. All right, oops, I did not mean to do that. And you guys seem to be missing one.
Let me help.
Okay, they're late. So if anything happens here and you guys fall over, you can blame your Ashe for not picking their hero faster than being here.
Ash here.
Okay. I don't know what you're shooting at. I saw a little bit. Okay, you were helping the on run, but now you're just shooting at nothing. Why are you shooting at the cart? Your torpedo. Okay, the torpedoes are okay because there's enemies in view.
Pulsar's inbound.
You didn't let the torpedo fully connect with the Moira.
Receive.
Could have hit the Moira there.
Let's increase our pace.
Yo! Do you have like a rubber band on the shoot button or something and just have it like full auto or like full like shooting at all times? Calm down. Have a target in mind and actually take the time to aim and then fire your shot. You're wasting bullets here. You're not hitting anything. You're not hitting enemies. You're not healing teammates. You're just shooting the air. You're shooting the payload. You're shooting the walls. What's going on? You can't shoot through the walls to heal the on run, which would be cool if you could, but no. Okay. You're heal botting. These two teammates that you're looking at right now, full health. And even if that Orisa takes chip damage, great. There's a pylon right there that's healing them. What could you be doing right now? You could have still held this angle and still done like shoot the enemy. Shoot your torpedoes. Shoot. Help your on run out right now. And if you're asking who do I shoot? Anybody at this point. I don't care who. You could shoot this Moira. You could shoot this Zarya. Soldier. Anybody. And then you can go in between. Heal the on run, shoot. Shoot the enemy. Heal the on run when she takes damage, shoot the enemy. This right here, waste of your time, and you're not providing any value to your team whatsoever.
I will fix that.
Heal. There is no urgency needed from you right now on healing that Orisa. Okay. That Searing's actually fine, by the way. It's just too much shield botting, though. I would still prefer you to go back to where you were because nobody is there. Nobody is here. Like, this is free space right now, and you could just, like, imagine if you're here right now, and you popped your torpedoes. Holy moly, you could hit 4 of them right now. And you would also maybe force some of them to look at you. That's a good thing. You want to take pressure off of your main tank. If all 4 or 5 heroes were, I don't know where their 5th hero is right now. Oh, right here. If all 5 of them are looking at your tank's getting melted. It doesn't matter who it is, they're gonna get melted. So even you helping your team out, relieving pressure from your tank, literally just 1 or 2 heroes just looking at you, that's immense value. That is huge value right there. And I would position myself right here because you can play with cover, right? Come out here, torpedo, hide. Shoot, hide. Shoot, hide. That's it. You'd be providing so much more value to your team than what you're doing right now. See, like, I appreciate the thought of your torpedoes here, but because this is a bad angle, you see how awkward it is? You could easily be getting almost the entire team if you're on that angle I pointed out to you just now. But, hey, you actually still managed to get a decent torpedo there. So we'll take it.
We must accelerate.
Okay. I'm gonna keep repeating this because I keep seeing this in my face. You need to stop holding the fire button. Just stop. Like, do not hold it down all the time. Like, unless there is a sense of urgency, which there is not, again, just looking at your team, do you see the word critical in your face anywhere? And the answer is no. So we don't need to be like heal botting people that are already full or near to full. You literally have the pylon for that. You could be doing just damage, and guess what? You won't need a heal. You won't feel like you need to heal bot. Okay.
Thank you.
Now your Orisa does kind of need heals. She is getting pressured. But this is a technique you need to learn as a support going forward. You need to learn how to weave your heals. What does that mean? You do both at the same time. So what you would do is you fire one volley of shots into your Orisa, and then you swap to a target, preferably a squishy, because you don't want to be wasting your damage on a very tanky Zarya with bubbles, right? So I would turn my attention to what I can see. That's a squishy, and that person is soldier, obviously. So I would shoot a volley of bullets into the soldier, then shoot the Orisa again, shoot the soldier, then shoot the Orisa again, and just go back and forth. Weave, 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 weave. That's how you can do both at the same time. And then obviously torpedoes, you don't have to do either or, right? The beauty of torpedoes is I can heal and damage with a single button press. So I like this. From you, good job getting verticality first.
I must reload.
That's actually a good torpedo. But unfortunately, I do feel like it gets blocked by the payload, as you can see. I think only the Moira took damage from it. So good, excuse me, good good idea with the torpedo, just poor execution is what I'm seeing here. So again, if you had that better angle with your Ilaria right where your Ilaria is right now, you probably would be getting more damage on your torpedoes that wouldn't be getting blocked out. Okay, good heals on the Ashe there.
Hold on.
All right. Get awareness on the Torb. I appreciate you healing someone as you're getting targeted by the Torb, but look out for yourself first. Okay? If you're on comms and people are like screaming at you, "Where's the heals, Juno?" Tell them there's a freaking Torb in my face. Or type it, whatever. I don't care. Like, dude, I'm gonna handle threats in my face first before anyone gets healing. If you need healing, ask the other support. Because right now I'm defending myself from a Torb. And you still had your glide. Let me make sure you actually had it during the initial part here. Oh no, you didn't. Okay. So right here, you did have good awareness on the Torb, and I guess you're healing the Ashe. I would have tried to play back, like when you looked here and you saw a Torb like literally gunning right at you, back up behind cover, back up to your other support, let them heal you. They probably couldn't see you or get to you because you went out of their line of sight. All right, go to the next fight though. All right, I got the payload. Unfortunate. Kill with your fire. Nobody's in danger. There's no enemies on your screen. You're just wasting bullets.
Let's increase our pace. I will fix that.
Okay, there, at least you're trying to shoot the soldier, but because you're just holding down your fire button so much, you're not even giving yourself the time to aim, so you literally whiffed every single shot there. You need to slow down, aim, and then shoot. That's the whole reason why the whole saying is aim, then fire. You don't fire and then aim, right?
Someone stop that payload. Combo broken.
Okay. I would prefer for you to play more damage, more offensively right now. You could even back up this on-run if you wanted to. That might be a little too aggressive though, but you could. You could also just pop out here, pop your torpedoes. You should always be thinking about popping your torpedoes because it's free damage on the enemy, or at least free pressure. It forces them to hide if they don't want to take the damage from torpedoes. You could easily get this cat or this Torb with your torpedoes if you popped out and did it right now. Instead of just, again, you're wasting your time healing your already full teammates.
Hail the Mahal!
Initiated. Reloading. Please stand by.
It's funny, you heal by your teammates when you don't need to, but when there's an opportunity where like, okay, you could heal bot them a little bit here, and then you don't do it. Like, for example, I don't know if this Orisa communicated it to you, whether or not she did. She went in and she popped her ult. She was taking immense damage. Luckily, Orisa has a lot of buttons to reduce damage, but she's still taking damage and she's under a lot of pressure. This is an opportunity for you to heal bot her so she can get out of here safely. Because once that fortify runs out, she's gonna melt in like 2 seconds from the Torb, from the Zarya. Honestly, just those two heroes alone are enough to melt the Orisa, and you need to be helping her out right now, but now you're playing too far back. But sure, you can heal the Onron and the Ilaria as well, but the Orisa needed help here. Okay, luckily she gets out.
I see you. You must stop the payload. Emergency treatment incoming.
The torpedoes was okay. Could have gotten a little bit more with some verticality there.
Огонь по готовности.
Nice try with the speed ring. You guys are probably gonna fall over here. Yeah. Okay, that's just Grav. Grav being very, very strong alts. If you know Grav is in the game, then you need to mentally position yourself. Like, think about your positioning, and being not so grouped up like that. You guys are basically all just bundled up for a free grab like that. Now we're falling over. It is a very strong ult, but it's just something you need to be mindful of. All right, so we're on Moira. All right. Good job with the medkit awareness.
Behind you.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Not really anything you can do there because your team wasn't pushing up. They gave up the space. So be it. You know, I do appreciate you like thinking about trying to go in there for a bit, but yeah, you probably would have just fallen over because no one else was committing either. Okay, good damage orb.
Got you in my sights.
Understand your range with Moira. I understand you're trying to heal Onron there, but you do not reach that far. Careful.
Get in there, Bob.
You know what? That's at least you didn't die. We'll take that. Okay. See, Moira teaches you how to weave because it's so easy to weave with Moira, right? Left click for heal, right click for damage. Very easy. What you're doing is fine. What you're doing is fine. Go for the Moira though, not for the Zarya. Moira's damage is very low, right? It takes a long time to kill targets. So you need to be going for squishies with Moira. Like, tank is your least priority right now because they'll just get healed. And again, Zarya has bubble. We don't want to feed the bubbles. So go for the squishies. Yep, good damage orb. Good fade. Yep, you're in the pylon's range, so you're fine to actually, if you want to push that Moira. And you also have your orb. Exactly. Have your fade, careful, yep. Okay.
They're coming. Let's go.
So here, I understand, like, I can see your sense of, like, I want to get in there and I want to do damage. And you have the right idea. You're just going about it wrong. Because you're walking to them from the main angle right now, right? Everyone is here. Therefore, everyone's attention and everyone's looking this way. So it feels bad when you're trying to get closer to them and you just get shot. What you need to do is approach it from an off angle. So even just going here, right? Or even if you want to go deeper, you can throw a damage orb, like throw a damage orb this way, right click, or excuse me, do the damage, you know, hand, whatever the button is for you on console. I don't know what it is. But yeah, do your damage. And then when you start feeling pressure, they start looking at you like, oh shoot, fade back. Fade back into this room. You have a health kit there. You can go back up here, heal your team, or go back down through here. It doesn't matter. You have your escape option. Also, never use fade to initiate a flank with Moira. You have to walk there because you need fade as your oh shoot button or your panic button to escape. Otherwise, you're gonna fall over. Okay. Wow, that cat. That cat is scary. What the heck? Okay. We'll take it. Squishies. Squishies. Go for the whoever's squishy. No, you don't have to heal. She's fine. Yep, pylon. Damage. Preferably not Zarya, but Oh, that's okay.
Pain is inevitable.
You have the right idea about how to like do things in the game. I'll give you that. It's just poor execution. Okay. You see how nobody's going for squishies on your team? This is more of a silver problem than like you specifically, your fault problem. Everyone's just kind of fighting in main. People are focusing the tanks, but no one's focusing the back line. Like if you could again go on that flank, go for this soldier, go for this torb, divert attention away from the main fight, you are gonna give so much value to your team than you realize. Because right now, you guys are trying to out brute force this Zarya with your Orisa and your Junkrat and whatever. But the thing is, she also has 2 supports and bubbles keeping her alive, while Orisa has her fortify, the javelin spin, and now this shield. So it's going to be this war of attrition, and wars of attrition are long battles, right? They're long because you have all these buttons and all these sources of like sustain, and that's why you have these moments of like, it's been like a minute and I feel like nothing's happening, and that's because nothing is happening. So you got to be that change for your team. It doesn't even matter what role you were. If you were DPS, I'd be telling you to go on an off angle flank. If you were tank, I'd tell you to start focusing the squishies and stop trying to duel this Zarya 1v1. And if you're support, just like what I told you before, I would try to go on an off angle, try to win a 1v1 on with the soldier if you can, or just distract. At the very least, distract the enemy, divert their attention away from the main fight, and then maybe your team can push and brute force the Zarya. But this is pretty rough. It's a grab again. Honestly, I don't even know what this is gonna do because it's not like they can throw you off the map. No, I guess okay, they'll just throw you into the team. That's just Cal. Cal into the grab, into people already shooting people in the grab. You're just dead. Nothing you can do there. Looks like they're gonna get it.
Killing fire on the floor.
Not much to say about your Mizuki because you literally played him less than 10 seconds. So, all right, we'll go ahead and move on to your attack. Glaring issues. One, when you're playing Juno,
Ready
please
for
do
battle.
not hold down the fire button. Only shoot targets when you actually have a target in mind, like who do you want to heal, who do you want to damage, and learn how to weave in between your targets. This will make you such a much better support player. Two, don't be afraid of off angle. A lot of silvers and just low ranked people in general, you'll see this problem all the way up until even like plat and diamond, where people are so scared to flank, so scared to go for off angles. And then they just end up just only going the main angle, and then you have these scenarios where it's like, how come we're never pushing and we're just stuck? Because you're not going on the off angle. Off angles are so valuable to your team. I'll show you more
Ready for
cases
battle.
of that if you do it. If you guys get stuck again on your attack, I'll show you how your off angling can help.
Ready for
Anyways,
battle.
looks like you're committing to the Mizuki, which is fine. Mizuki is a great healer. It's all about landing those chains. So if you can get those chains on some very problematic targets, preferably divey ones though, but if you can chain like a cat, which is way easier said than done, that's huge value though. If you can chain the soldier who's trying to flank you guys on the side and you chain him and you're able to kill him, big value there. You have a lot of heals thanks to your aura and your hat. And Kekkai Sanctuary is very, very strong. It's very anti Zarya basically. So if you have good timing with your ults, you can prevent a lot of the value from Zarya. Okay, so let's begin.
Escort the
Easy with the heals. You just use. Honestly, your aura should be enough to keep your team topped off from chip damage because you should be hitting the enemy. Your hat should be used more like in a I need heals now. Like right now, a lot of people are really, really low and or getting low and getting pressured, and I need to heal a lot of people right now. The problem is the fight just started, right? Like not everyone's getting heavily pressured. Sure, there's some pressure coming out, but it's not like oh my god, I gotta heal my teammates right now. Like, you just wasted 2 very valuable cooldowns on Mizuki. So we need to relax and just rely on our aura healing and just focus on landing some hits. There you go. Am I gonna see this for your entire duration of Mizuki? You don't need to use hat every single time it's off cooldown. Wait, you're very impatient with your cooldowns. Very, very impatient. You know she has bubble, okay? We needed to wait for that to expire. You even saw it in your face before you threw it out. You need to think about how you're using your abilities. See? You're looking right at a bubble right now. Why would you throw chain? See, that was a bad play. Okay? See, that's an okay hat, because he was trying to fall low and he was getting pressured by 3 or 4 heroes right now. So that hat is fine, but the earlier hats, you're just kind of wasting the cooldown. And now here, you can help out your Malga by just doing damage. Because you already used your hat. Now we need to go for like the Torb or something. Okay? Very hard to aim the chain with a big old Malga in your face. So be aware of that. Try to not be directly behind him, but try to position yourself in a way you can actually see the enemy before throwing the chain hook.
Got the payload moving.
I am seeing probably the same problem that I saw with your Geno, and that is you're probably just holding down the fire button again. You need to be deliberate with how you're shooting targets. Like, don't just throw. Actually have a target in mind. Who am I hitting? Who am I trying to hit right now? And if your answer is like, I'm throwing projectiles and I hope I hit somebody, like, it'll connect, right? These projectiles bounce off the walls and whatever. It'll hit somebody. No. That should not be the case. You need to deliberately aim at a target. Don't just throw it out there and just hope for the best. You're never going to get better at aiming if this is how you shoot targets with anybody. You got to be focusing. You got to be deliberate with how you're shooting whatever. If it's Juno's gun, Kiriko knife, even Moira's like right arm, drain, whatever. You still have to aim it somewhat. So I still need to see some deliberate usage or deliberate aiming from any character you play. See how you're like just holding it down and you're throwing it at the payload? Like, that's not doing anything.
Just trying to help out.
Alright, that hat is actually okay because of the massive damage coming out from Zarya.
I just wanted to be friends.
But hey, you guys get past the first choke point. Good job there. I do appreciate your optimism here, but remember you do have a range limit. So I don't know if your main projectile here is actually able to land on the cat. All right. Wasting the hat cooldown again. Didn't need to. Oh wait,
get yourself
there you
killed?
go. See right there, that's a good hat.
Everybody riot!
That's not a good hat.
Enemy turret down.
Fuel skiles.
That's not a good hat.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Let the dragon consume you!
Someone needs a hand.
Whoa.
I am moving to payload.
That hat is good. I would try to chain the Moira in your face.
Caught by the spirits.
That's also okay.
Огонь по готовности.
Yeah, I mean, that's just grab again. Okay. Back to Moira. Wow, you swap a lot.
Our minds are shackled. Submission is.
I
the
would have
key.
preferred you actually stay on Mizuki here, because even though you saw Grav get used, I believe you were so close to your Kekkai Sanctuary. Yeah, look, you almost had an ult. You would have had your ult had you stayed on Mizuki, and that's a pretty big ult, even though Grav's not available. It'll still block a lot of damage and will help your team get past the choke point that you're about to run into right now. Like, you just gave up an ult. That's why swapping between characters is not good. At least not so frequently. Like, I couldn't understand if it's not working, but funny enough, from what I saw, it's not like, oh, you messed up with Mizuki, swap off. No, like, you guys just got grabbed. She got 3 in grab. They had a lot of damage on you guys. Like, it's just how strong grab is. Oh, you're going to Zenyatta. Okay. Funny enough, Zen does fit your playstyle. Just throw an orb on that Hanzo on your left there, and just go to town on your shots. Too much holding it down again. You're just holding down the fire button. You have to aim first.
Get the payload going.
Like, look at this. You're just holding it. You're hitting the walls again. Why? Why do you just hold it down?
EMP activated.
It was my duty to save the
Not really your fault. Your Malgo is standing in the lava. Now you need to do yourself a favor and not stand in the lava yourself. There you go. Hey, it looks like you guys are gonna get past this part as well.
How useful. Harmony is
You could have gone in
within your
there
grasp.
and helped your Hanzo. Because you already have people on the payload. This carry goes on the payload. If you wanted to, help out the Hanzo here and go with the fight the Moira, you could have. Your Hanzo didn't die there.
We got him where we want him.
Group up with me.
That's actually a good cage from your Malga, but the timing is off. Like, you got a lot of people, but there was no DPS there to help them because both your DPS are dead. Actually, yeah, is Sombra? Yeah, they were still coming back from spawn, so that's like a misplay from your Malga. And then you guys are gonna fall over pretty soon here if you're not careful. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you have Franz to counter. She's about to have grab. You don't know that though because you can't see their percentages, but or unless Sombra tells you with a hack, but I would save the trans for the grab.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Could have healed the Kiriko there.
Огонь по готовности.
Tranquility.
That's so funny. I know I said to save trans for the grab, but your Hanzo ends up killing most of the team, or sorry, the 2 biggest threats to you in the grab, and it's zoning off the rest of the team. They can't push into the dragon, right? So now your trans is actually wasted because your Hanzo was really had a good play there with his ult. But I don't know if you knew that, or it's not like you could know that. Excuse me. So nice intention with the trans, but unfortunately, it just gets wasted. Kill the turret. You'll probably have more chance hitting the turret than the cat. At least you're not hitting the walls anymore. I'll give you that. Okay.
Is the source.
Find someone in Discord. Find someone in Discord. Find another person in Discord, even if it's that cat. Okay, there you go.
Enemy turret.
Fine. It's okay to do some of those charged shots. A lot of Zens do this when there's like, not a lot of pressure coming out or not a lot of enemies on your screen. Because what you could do instead of coming out of cover and like poking, you could just hold the, the charge shot. A lot of Zens will do this. They'll hide behind cover, charge, and then when it's about to like pop, peek out of cover, find a target to aim at real fast, and just like do your best. And then go back into cover. Charge, throw out the volley. Charge, throw out the volley. That way you have like higher chance of doing way more damage than just coming out here and just doing your regular attacks, right? Like, it'll do some damage, sure, but I would just discord and then do the charged volley, and you'll be getting so much more value right now. And possibly a kill or two. Careful. Back up, back up. If your Malga dies, that's not on you. That's on your Malga. You charged through it.
Kill the Mahal.
Their forces outnumber our
Okay.
Consumes
You can still do the whole thing I just told you right now, the charge, because that soldier could have been easily punished for pushing forward like that. If you had your charge ready to go and he just like pops out. And especially with his Discord, that's a dead soldier for sure. You can do it again. Oh, he died to the he died to the dragon. Good job on your Hanzo.
Do you feel this is the right path?
Hey,
I'm right here.
unfortunate.
We got him where we want him.
once more.
What the heck is that cage? Did he get the torb? He didn't get anybody. What the heck is that cage? Okay, but at least you get the kill.
My ultimate is ready.
Experience tranquility.
Too early. Too early on the trans. I appreciate the sense of urgency though. In case you're wondering why is it too early, go back a sec. You need to have a little bit more situational awareness. Because all you did was probably just hear alt and then you think, oh, I'll counter his alt with my alt. But here, listen.
I've got you.
When you hear the alt, you need to look who is in immediate danger right now from this alt. Not your team, because look, your Malga's behind cover, your Kiriko's behind cover, your Onron's behind cover. This soldier cannot hit a single target right now. And obviously your Hanzo's in spawn. So I understand the sense of urgency, which is why I said I appreciate it. But just take a second to recognize the situation right now that no one is in immediate danger. Now, if this cat used his ult on your Onron or your Malga and tried to pull them into the team to get into the visor's range, then yeah, you can counter that with your trans, but nothing is really happening right now. And then the only other like situation where you would need to trans is if if there's grav or if this soldier gets, impatient trying to get this on run and then he tries to run into her, then yeah, you can use trans. That's why I said you popped it too early, but you have to wait for that commitment first. He wasn't even there yet when you popped it. Like, watch your trans. He wasn't even looking at the on-run or going at the on-run. Like, she took some damage, sure, but on-run has a lot of mobility. She has her blazing dance where she can't take damage, and she's right next to a med kit. Like, you need to recognize the situation before popping a very powerful ult. So right now, you just wasted it. But it's not like you wasted it on purpose. That's why I'm not giving you that much flack. Like, you had the right intention. You just needed to recognize, like, hey, no one's in big danger right now. Looks like you guys are gonna clean this up though. Good job there. Just clean up and
Let the Kitsune guide you.
okay. See right there, look, you can aim. You had a target, you had your crosshair on the target, and you were firing at them. But before that, you were hitting the wall again.
That's fucked.
I don't even know what you're shooting at now. Like, you were shooting at the cat, and then you were just shooting in front of you. Like, breathe, relax. That cat should be dead if you landed your shots. It's okay. Breathe. Slow down.
60 seconds.
It also might be a controller sensitivity issue. I don't know what the sensitivity is on your controller, but you might want to tune it. Yeah, we're panicking too much. We're throwing our shots in just random directions. And now the enemy team has now got this should have been a cleanup, by the way. Now you've given the enemy team a second chance. Now, this is not just only your fault again. This is more of a team thing. Like, why the heck didn't your Onrun, your Malga, whoever get rid of some of these other characters? Your Keiko as well. But we're trying to just improve you here. So that's why I'm saying, like, you needed to chill out, aim your shots, and you would have killed the cat, reducing the amount of healing coming out. And these respawns wouldn't be getting as much help right now. Yeah, if they, which looks like they're about to, if they retake this, this is partially your fault. 'Cause you had opportunities to kill.
Огонь по готовности!
Okay. I have no idea how this is gonna play out. You have like a lot going on here. Again, you're not aiming at anybody, you're hitting the ground. And then we die. That was a completely winnable fight and a winnable point, and now it's looking like it's about to end here. What a turnaround. You guys took too long to kill a cat. Oh no, do you guys actually don't make it?
Making progress on the payload of enemy train.
You guys, the replay timer says you guys don't make this, which makes me sad. Okay, good touch. Okay. Is this... Oh, the Zarya ends up being too much. That is it for your replay, it looks like. Alright, let's look at your stats. 15 and 7, 6k damage, and 11k heals. Now, you might be looking at that and thinking, wowee, I did great. I got 6k damage. You easily could have had 8,000 or 9,000. All you have to do, actually aim. That was the biggest problem this entire replay. You need to actually aim. You're just shooting. You're just shooting just to shoot. You have to aim. That is the whole part of a FPS game. That's honestly going to be my biggest critique for you over everything else. We can talk all day about your positioning, your ult usage, your ability usage, your support weaving abilities, blah, 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 blah. But the biggest glaring issue on why you're stuck in silver and why you dropped all the way from plat is your aim. You are not deliberately aiming at targets. Now, I would like seriously go to your controller settings, find a sensitivity that works for you. If this sensitivity that you're currently at is the one that works for you, then so be it. But to me, it looked like you had trouble controlling your point of view at times. Like you're overlooking targets, or like you weren't getting your crosshair lined up perfectly, or like the way you wanted to. So I would suggest maybe tinkering with the sensitivity a bit, see if there's some higher, lower sensitivity that's going to work better for you. I think lower would be better though. And second, I want you to play either quick match, death match, or even if you've seen the aim training stages, the workshop codes like Vaxta or ZHTD8. I have a video on like how to access workshop codes. I'm pretty sure it's the same on console. And these are literally, if you've never heard of these workshop codes, they're literally just stages with bots moving around, and you just shoot them. Like you just aim and shoot them. I want you to sit in that like those maps. I don't care which one, and just practice aiming for like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I usually say 5 to 10 for people to like warm up their aim, but I need to see like some serious adjustments on how you aim your characters. And no, do not just hold down the fire button either. That is no, no, no. Bad habit right there. You need to aim first and then fire. You're missing so many shots because you're just holding down fire button. And you cost yourself the game here by not killing some very vital targets. And you guys took way too long, and literally the respawns came out and ended up taking back the point, and you guys weren't able to recontest again. That is something I would highly encourage you to do though, if you still want to pick up characters like Kiriko, like Juno, like Zenyatta. These are characters that heavily rely on their aim. You need to have really good aim with these characters if you want to play them. If you don't, and you're like, hey, Aim is not my thing. I'm not good at aiming, and I will never be good at aiming. So I don't care how much like workshop code, training, advice you give me. Aiming, I'm never gonna be good at. Stick to Moira. Stick to Moira. Maybe Mizuki, because at least Mizuki, his projectiles will bounce off walls, and since you like to just hold fire, at least throw your projectiles into like an angle at a wall that so that it bounces towards the enemy and not towards your face. Then you can also play Mizuki as well. But you still have to aim his chain, to be fair. So that would be my biggest suggestions to you. And it's funny, you told me to be brutal, and I don't even think I was that brutal to you. There was a lot of other mistakes, but me, the biggest glaring issue, again, your aim. If you can fix your aim, congrats. You'll be back in gold in no time. Maybe plat, but gold at the very, very least. All right, this video's gone on long enough, so hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any other questions, though, on just any of the support heroes you played specifically, or any like support questions in general, feel free to leave the questions on your Reddit post or down below this video's comments if you want to, whichever is more comfortable for you. Hopefully this advice is helpful for you. I'll also have like a way for, like, if you don't know how to access the workshop codes, I'll have the link to that video I was talking about in the description below. Other than that, though, please practice your aim. Please, 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 please practice it. Find settings that will work for you. Maybe there's another content creator that's specifically for console gamers out there that has like the best quote unquote settings. But even then, make sure like you understand like the best settings may not be the best for you, but it is something to like give you an idea of maybe like on ways you can tinker with your settings to fit more of your preference. So definitely something to do a little bit of research on. I don't really know any console content creators for Overwatch, so I'm sorry there. You're gonna have to do a little bit of research and maybe ask around a little bit for that one. But other than that, good luck on your future games. Good luck on practicing your aim, or if you decide to say screw aiming, and you take the Junkrat philosophy of thinking aiming is overrated, then stick to Moira. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if this was helpful for you, or if anyone else was watching this video. I make videos like this all the time. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.